So next we move on to our next award, which is the Pillar Award. So our next recipient is Jim Cincinello from Freeman Manufacturing and Supply Company. So like many of you, I've known Jim Cincinello for many, many years. He is a true staple of our meetings, and we were truly lucky to have him rejoin the board a couple of years ago. I was not on the board during his previous years, but I can imagine that his participation was tremendous, just as it is now. I could come up with an award speech for Jim. However, I don't think that I could do a better job than Rob Melbert from Essential Products, who's the person who nominated him. So I'm going to be quoting his nomination, his text that he put forward in his email. So, in regards to awards, I would like to nominate Jim Cincinello for the IADD Pillar Award. While I've always been active in the Lake Michigan chapter, Jim is one of the individuals who, after one of our chapter meetings, I noticed that we were kind of shorthanded. So I offhandedly said, if you guys ever need some help, let me know, which led me to being nominated and elected to our local chapter. Jim had served Lake Michigan chapter for a very long time, had been a driving force in the direction of technical meetings and group activities over the last many years. He's served, to my recollection, as chairman of the chapter, as well as other positions, and has always been available to offer support or suggestions to future officers. When he retired from the chapter officers' positions, he was instrumental in bringing on his daughter, Elena Foster, to ensure a smooth transition in his absence. Additionally, I know Jim has traveled to other chapters in other regions to attend various meetings and events, showing his support and that of his company towards the many activities that have been held over so many years. Jim has also served on the IADD Board of Directors and Executive Committee, to my knowledge, in several capacities, always putting the association first and foremost. For most of the time I've known Jim, which has been almost 30 years, we've worked for competitive companies. That has never stood in the way of or impeded our friendship for either of us, while we both work to further the IADD and the good of the industry. Get out, engage, educate. Furthermore, after being somewhat retired from working directly with the chapter and the association as a whole, he's recently taken on the board director position for Lake Michigan and Twin Cities chapters because the need arose. He was available. So for these and many other reasons, I think Jim Cincinello is deserving of the IADD Pillar Award. The Pillar Award that he'll be receiving reads, in appreciation of Jim Cincinello for being a driving force behind chapter technical meetings and activities, and for always making himself available to further the association's goal, which is to engage and educate its members and the entire industry. Jim, you're truly a pillar of our association. It is really my honor to present the IADD Pillar Award to Jim Cincinello.
Gino, thank you very much. That was very nice, and it's always tough for me to receive any kind of award because this industry has just been part of my life. And I wrote something up, and I can read it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it because it's very touching to me. So, but I'm going to try. So, but anyways, so the way I kind of wrote this thing up was with all the wonderful people, that you guys had to choose from. I really appreciate and am honored to receive this award. I've been in this industry for over 44 years and loved almost every day of it. Of course, we all have those bad ones too, but you know what? It's really been very, very good for me. When I started, I didn't have a clue what the industry was. And the whole thing is I was looking to get a job as a tool and die maker. That's always intrigued me, to be able to machine things and make something out of nothing. But anyways, I had a friend who was a steel rule die maker, kind of encouraged me to come to a shop and visit. And just so happens I got the job over there. When I realized what an important industry this was and how many people it touched, and every day it just, realized that this is really something that we need in the industry, I thought to myself, this would be a great career. So I kind of decided to stick with it, and I'm really happy I did. As time moved forward, changes and other doors opened. Along with those changes, I met a few people in the industry. They invited me to a local chapter IADD meeting, and that's kind of where it all began for myself. One of the cool things about the meeting was, and I know other people have said this too, and it's kind of a cliche, but when you start talking about our industry, it's a kind of a deer in a headlight look. People just look at you and say, like, what do you do now? So it's kind of an interesting, thing. But it was interesting going to this meeting and actually telling them where I worked and what I did. And they actually knew what I was talking about. So that was kind of a cool thing. The other cool thing about when I went to the IADD meeting was to actually have a place to learn. Never really knew too much about it, didn't know where to get any education. And that's one of the things that really intrigued me about the association and about the IDD, was just going there and meeting different vendors and getting things explained and just moving forward with my knowledge and trying to help people. As I met many of the people in the industry, other doors opened and my participation really was enhanced immensely. I got elected. Well, I started here. Let me start this. I started first as a chapter secretary. This is going back many, many years ago. Eventually moved into the position of the chapter chair, and from there, from going to some of the meetings and things, I got to know a lot of people, and I was elected on the board of directors, which was really awesome. And I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. That I got elected and things, and it was just a real pleasure. The other thing is, after that, I got to know more people and started really getting more involved with it and got on the executive board. And boy, I tell you, that's another challenge and a half. But I tell you what, every day was as fun can be, and I'm glad that I had that opportunity to do that. The big thing is as we all get older, and I met so many people in this industry and a lot of friends and family, and I call the people of the IADD family, because there's so many people, from the beginning to even now. Every day I'm meeting people, and it's just absolutely wonderful and very, very happy. But anyways, I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity, for the award, which is really, really very nice. Thank you. Probably can't see it because of the window behind me, but again, thank you very much for the award, and I appreciate it, and the support. The IDD has been my support, and I hope to help them, and I hope they continue helping me. So this is all great. It's just we help each other. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, virtual applause doesn't cut it, but hopefully that'll have to do for you, Jim. Yeah.
There you go.